Hi everyone, welcome back to the Mr. Fung channel. Have you ever asked yourself, why does the universe send you someone you can't be with? Someone who feels like a soulmate, but for some reason, the timing or circumstances just don't allow it. Today, we're going to dive deep into this mysterious question through the lens of Carl Jung, one of the most profound thinkers on the human psyche and relationships. Stick around until the end of the video, because this insight might change the way you understand heartbreak, destiny, and spiritual growth. Let's imagine Sarah, a woman who meets someone truly special, someone she feels is her true other half. But because of circumstances, distance, timing, or other relationships, they simply can't be together. Sarah feels heartbroken, confused, and wonders, why would the universe bring this person into my life if we can't be together? This experience is more common than you might think. According to a 2022 survey by Psychology Today, nearly 60% of adults have experienced unrequited love or a love that couldn't work out at least once in their lives. But the deeper question is this just a coincidence, or is there a deeper reason? Carl Jung's perspective on soul connections and inner growth. Carl Jung believed that love isn't just about romance, it's a powerful force that propels us toward personal growth and becoming our true selves. He introduced the concepts of the anima, the feminine image within a man, and the animus, the masculine image within a woman, unconscious projections of our ideal partner. Sometimes, the people we feel deeply drawn to reflect parts of our subconscious that we need to heal or integrate. The universe doesn't always send people to stay, sometimes, they come to teach us about ourselves. Jung once said, "The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed." In other words, even if a relationship doesn't last, it can still deeply transform you. Why would the universe send someone you can't be with? When we experience a relationship with someone we can't be with, the emotions are often complex, painful, and confusing. But through Carl Jung's insights and modern psychological research, we can begin to see that these experiences aren't random or meaningless. They are, in fact, gifts from the universe to help us grow, heal, let go, and prepare for a better future. 1. Triggering inner growth. The deeper reason and how it works. A relationship that wasn't meant to be forces you to confront the parts of yourself that are still incomplete. Jung called this the process of integrating the shadow, facing your fears, insecurities, and inner limitations. You might go through a roller coaster of emotions, from initial excitement and hope, to disappointment and grief. But this phase invites you to grow. Learn to accept and manage complex emotions. Understand your own limits and establish healthy boundaries. Practice deeper self-love and self-care. A 2019 study from the University of California found that emotionally challenging experiences lead to greater emotional development and self-awareness. The concept of post-traumatic growth, growing stronger after emotional pain, is widely recognized in psychology today. Anna's story. Anna was a young woman who deeply loved someone she thought was the one. But due to long distance and irreconcilable differences, they had to part ways. Devastated, Anna began a journey of self-discovery. She started journaling, meditating, and attending personal growth workshops. Through this, she realized she had relied too heavily on others to feel worthy. That experience made her more independent, confident, and emotionally mature. Practical steps. Reflective journaling. Spend 10 to 15 minutes a day writing down your thoughts and emotions. This helps you become aware of negative patterns or internal conflicts. Seek therapy. Individual or group of professional can guide your healing and personal growth. Practice mindfulness meditation. Spend 5 to 10 minutes daily in meditation to help calm your mind and observe your emotions rather than being swept away by them. 2. Healing old wounds. Shadow work. Carl Jung believed that we all carry a shadow side, parts of ourselves we've rejected or denied. The person you can't be with often serves as a mirror, reflecting these hidden wounds back to you. For example, if you've been abandoned or hurt in the past, this kind of relationship can trigger those old pains, giving you a chance to finally recognize and heal them. According to a 2020 article in the Journal of Analytical Psychology, shadow work helps reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression while increasing self-awareness and emotional regulation, both of which are crucial for forming healthier relationships in the future. Michael's story. Michael was always drawn to emotionally unavailable people or relationships that wouldn't last. This stemmed from childhood emotional abandonment by his parents. One failed relationship finally opened his eyes to this wound and pushed him to begin deep therapy and healing work. Practical tools for shadow work. Shadow journaling. Write down the thoughts and feelings you usually try to avoid. Ask deep questions. When thinking about that person, ask yourself, what is this person reflecting back to me about myself? Practice inward meditation. Explore and face your inner shadows rather than running from them. Get professional guidance. Shadow work can be intense. Having a therapist or guide can help you through the process safely. 3. Teaching you to let go and accept reality. In both Eastern and Western cultures and psychology, letting go is considered one of the most essential skills for achieving lasting peace and happiness. Carl Jung referred to this as unconditional acceptance, loving without possession, without clinging. A failed relationship is often a powerful lesson in learning how to let go, to avoid falling into prolonged emotional suffering and unhealthy attachment. According to a study published in the journal Emotion, 2018, people who practice letting go in relationships experience lower stress levels and have higher emotional resilience. They also find it easier to open up to new opportunities in life. Lisa once went through deep heartbreak after parting ways with someone she loved deeply. Through meditation and writing letting go journal entries, she learned to accept reality and maintain inner peace. A few years later, Lisa met someone more compatible and built a healthier, long-lasting relationship. How to practice letting go. Mindfulness meditation. Focus on the present moment. Observe your emotions without reacting or judging. Write a letting go letter. Write a letter to the person, without sending it, as a way to release emotions and begin the process of letting go. Positive affirmations. Use phrases like "I love" without possessing to help maintain healthy emotional boundaries. Seek support. Talk with friends or a professional if your emotions feel too heavy to handle alone. 4. Preparing you for the right relationship. Ultimately, one of the most important roles of the person you couldn't be with is to help you discover your self-worth and mentally prepare for a healthy relationship with the right person at the right time. Carl Jung called this process self-integration, the act of becoming whole within yourself so you can enter a mature, conscious relationship. A 2021 study from Harvard Medical School found that individuals who've experienced failed relationships are more likely to choose compatible life partners and maintain happier, long-term relationships. John used to fall into unfulfilling relationships due to low self-confidence and an inability to let go. After several painful experiences, he developed self-awareness, understood himself better, and eventually found a truly compatible partner. How to prepare yourself. Assess your core values. Write down the standards and values that matter most to you in a relationship. Set boundaries. Learn to say no to what hurts you or doesn't align with your needs. Build self-worth. Engage in personal development activities to boost your confidence. Stay open-hearted. Be emotionally ready to welcome love when it arrives. Let's look at a few real-life examples. Scenario 1. A spiritually connected but distant partner. Jessica met Mark online. They shared a deep connection, but Mark lived in another country and had responsibilities that prevented him from relocating. After 2 years of long-distance love that ultimately couldn't work, Jessica chose to focus on personal growth and eventually found a more aligned relationship. Scenario 2. Falling for someone already committed. John fell in love with a married woman. The emotional pain was intense. Through therapy and Jungian analysis, he realized that the relationship was a projection of his childhood fear of commitment and abandonment. These stories show that impossible relationships often act as spiritual mirrors, reflecting the parts of ourselves that we need to heal and integrate. What to do when the universe sends you someone you can't be with. Loving without being able to hold on, a profound soul lesson. When you meet someone who feels like a soulmate, someone who touches your soul deeply, but you can't be with them, it's not a punishment. It's a calling from the universe for you to return to yourself, to face the parts of you you've been avoiding, and to grow through the pain of unfulfilled love. Carl Jung believed, "We do not meet others, we meet ourselves reflected in them." Jungian psychology, when that person is a spiritual mirror. According to Carl Jung, in deep, soulful love, you're not just loving the other person, you're projecting an unfulfilled part of your own soul onto them. For example, a woman might feel an intense connection to a man who isn't truly compatible, not because he's perfect, but because he embodies freedom, boldness, and authenticity, qualities she has long denied in herself. She doesn't truly love him. She loves the forgotten part of her own soul that he reflects back to her. Here are 5 powerful steps to heal and grow. Step 1. Don't resist the pain, let your heart break open. You can't heal what you're not willing to face. Instead of trying to brush it aside, sit with the emotion, even if it means feeling it to the core. Carl Jung once said, "There is no coming to consciousness without pain." People will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own soul. Write a letter to that person. Not to send, but to free your heart. Say what you've never said before, "I wish things had been different, but I'm grateful to have met you." Letting go of someone you love hurts, but it's how you grow and heal from within. Step 2. Ask yourself, what part of me did this person reflect? The person you fell for isn't just them, they often mirror a part of you you long to reconnect with. According to Jung, this is called projection. You're projecting an unintegrated part of your anima, feminine side, or animus, masculine side, onto them. An introverted man, raised to meet family expectations, falls in love with a wild, free-spirited woman. He doesn't love her per se, he loves the repressed rebel within himself. Write down 3 qualities that attracted you to this person. Then ask, am I missing these qualities in myself? Step 3. Practice conscious letting go, not forgetting. Letting go isn't about erasing the past, but honoring the relationship's role and leaving it with awareness. The method of radical acceptance from DBT, dialectical behavior therapy, has helped people reduce emotional distress by 40 to 50% simply by accepting reality as it is. Each morning, sit in stillness for 10 minutes and silently repeat, "I accept this pain. It's teaching me something. And I can still love life." Step 4. Reinvest in yourself, rebuild your identity. You may lose them, but don't lose yourself in the process. Every heartbreak is an invitation to individuation, becoming your truest self. Learn a skill you've been putting off. Travel solo. Do something you've always wanted but feared, like painting, dancing, or writing a book. After a breakup, Emily, 32, signed up for yoga and meditation. 6 months later, she opened her own class and now helps dozens of women heal. Step 5. Open your heart, without needing someone to fill the void. You don't need a replacement. You need a heart healed enough to love again without fear. Love isn't about merging into one. It's about two whole souls walking together in freedom. Write down 7 core values you want in your next relationship. Set standards not from lack, but from self-love. If someone enters your life and makes you feel safe, free, and unafraid of loss, that's a sign you've grown from a love that wasn't meant to last. They're not here for you to hold on to, but to help you rise. Maybe they didn't come to stay forever, but to awaken a sleeping part of your soul. Maybe they won't stay. But what you learned from that love will stay with you for life. Carl Jung said, "The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed." If this video resonates with you, share your story in the comments. You are not alone. And maybe, someone will find light through your experience. Thank you for watching today's video. If this message touched you, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment below if you've been through a love that wasn't meant to be, and how it changed you. Remember, the universe always has deeper plans than we realize. Every relationship is a step toward becoming who we were truly meant to be. See you in the next video.